Tensions in Syria are in a delicate balance. Syrians are trying to put their lives back together after the toppling of President Bashar al-Assad. At the same time, Israel continued to launch airstrikes on military targets inside Syria.
This as Israeli troops expanded their operations in the UN-monitored buffer zone, and Israel's government approved a plan to encourage population growth in the occupied Golan Heights. NBC's Matt Bradley reports from Damascus.
Well, it's been 1 week now since the fall of Bashar al-Assad and his family regime, which ruled this country with an iron fist for about 50 years. And still, things seem to be going here in Damascus relatively well. Now, that's despite the fact that we have seen over the weekend really an enormous amount of Israeli bombings of sites throughout Syria, attacking military installations and places where the Israelis say the former regime had been hiding specialty weapons and things that they say they don't want to get into the wrong hands. Now, this has caused a lot of consternation from the international community, telling the Israelis to stop attacking Syria, to leave them alone, and to withdraw their troops from an area just beyond the Golan Heights, which now it sounds as though the Israelis are hoping to increase the population, according to reports of Israelis in the occupied Golan Heights. But elsewhere in Syria, there's a lot of signs that things are returning to normal. We were just walking around one of the main souks, one of the main markets here, Souk al-Hamadiyah, here in Damascus, and business was buzzing. People were smiling. And schools just started yesterday for the first time since the fall of the regime. Embassies are starting to reopen, and businesses are now opening their doors all throughout this city. It looks as though things are returning to something like stability, despite the fact that this country has endured a nearly 14-year-long civil war. But there are still so many unanswered questions and a lot of fears about what this new regime could mean for Syria's future. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Damascus, Syria.